Welcome to the eerie world of analog horror, where developers have used the flicker of old TVs, the crackle of static, and the whisper of radio waves to emulate the feel of older technology in order to create an atmosphere steeped in dread and mystery. Join us as we explore some of the best analog horror games ever created. A game that puts you on the receiving end of a crisis hotline is Home Safety Hotline. Released in January this year, Home Safety Hotline offers a unique experience of taking calls for domestic issues and hazards. After listening to the caller's often ambiguous description, you are tasked with identifying what the hazard could be and choosing the correct care package to send to deal with the issue. Now, like a lot of analog horror, what initially seems like a normal everyday experience of a 9-to-5 job slowly descends into something sinister. The voice acting is superb, the aesthetic is nostalgically cool, and the puzzle solving is incredibly engaging. Just make sure you get it right, or you'll be dealing with a very unhappy caller who has found themselves eternally doomed because you sent a cockroach pack to exterminate a demon.
First you tell me there's nothing, then you send me the wrong information. They want me to climb inside the tunnel.
Chilizar are prominent developers in the retro horror game genre, and their release Parasocial is about the dangers of stalkers that can come with having a large online following. You play as a young girl who is living by herself in an apartment in the city whilst working full-time as a popular virtual live streamer. Things, however, begin to take a turn for the worst when her computer is hacked and her avatar is removed as she's broadcasting, revealing her true identity to thousands of viewers. The game does a great job of capturing the eerie feeling of being watched within the comfort of your own home as you try to keep yourself safe and work out who could be doing this to you. It's a great game for scares, but be warned, if you yourself are a live streamer, this one might just hit a little close to home. A game that went viral a year ago because of its iconic cult photograph scene is Fears to Fathom Ironbark Lookout. You play as Jack Nelson, a 24-year-old fire watcher who has transferred to a new outpost. As you settle into your new home, you begin to shake the feeling that something feels a little off. The game is great at building suspense as you live your day-to-day life in Ironbark State Park, with jobs such as logging your shifts, tending to the fire and cooking yourself a lasagna. There's even a zombie FPS game on your PC in which you can kill time if the stress of it all becomes too much. Yes, it's a game within a game. Ironbark Lookout may be short, but it's immensely well done, and we recommend playing it on the lowest graphics as the VHS filter gives it that proper analog feel. And if you want to make sure you can hear this game's atmospheric ambience with unprecedented clarity, then check out our Astro A50X wireless gaming headset, with Pro G graphene audio drivers enabling the highest levels of wireless audio performance. One of the earliest indie games to achieve significant popularity that was based off an internet creepypasta, which means a horror-related legend that has been shared around the internet for those unaware, is Slender the 8 Pages. This game went viral in 2012 due to its atmospheric tension, minimalist gameplay mechanics, as well as the fact it was free to play from the browser, making it easy to access for the average and even non-gamer person. You assume the role of an unnamed protagonist who is tasked with collecting 8 pages scattered throughout a dark forest, whilst at the same time being pursued by a tall, faceless entity otherwise known as Slender. The game got so popular that it pushed this fictional supernatural character into multiple spin-off games and even movies. Talking about films, one of the most iconic found footage movies is arguably the Blair Witch project. In 2019, Blooper Team released a game set in the same universe, taking place in 1996, 2 years after the film. Players take on the role of Ellis, a former police officer who, accompanied by his loyal dog Bullet, joins a search party to find a missing boy in the Black Hills forest. The game expands upon the mythology of the Blair Witch, incorporating elements from the film such as the infamous Rustin Parr house, whilst also introducing new characters, storylines and supernatural occurrences. If it all becomes too much, however, feel free to take a break with a nice wee relaxing game of Snake. Yes, another game within a game. Puppet Combo's Murder House is a horror game developed by an independent developer known for creating retro-style horror games inspired by the 1980s and 1990s VHS-era horror films. It follows a local news team that break into the abandoned home of an executed serial killer in order to film a documentary, only for him to re-emerge and hunt them down whilst disguised as the notorious Easter Ripper, whom, like any classic analogue horror villain, his motives and intentions are left vague, except for the clear solid fact that he really wants to hurt you. Players find themselves trapped in a dilapidated, sinister house filled with danger and terror. The game is designed to evoke the atmosphere of classic survival horror titles from the PlayStation 1 era, with low polygon graphics, fixed camera angles, and tense gameplay. This linear game is a mandatory experience for all analogue horror fans.
Find out soon if we don't get the out of here.
God damn it, Dana. Cut!
Liminal space is the uncertain transition between where you've been and where you're going. These spaces often evoke feelings of eeriness or discomfort because they are not meant for staying, but rather for passing through. In internet aesthetics, they are typically empty or abandoned and appear eerie, forlorn, and often surreal. The Complex Found Footage is an interactive movie-style video game that capitalises on exactly this. It's a walking simulator with the world being viewed through a VHS camera. Players move through what feels like an abandoned facility and begin to find themselves having more questions than answers in regards to what they are searching for. What exactly happened here? Are we following something, or are they following me? Why does it feel like something went very wrong? I'll leave the rest to you to figure it out. Instead of one overarching story, how about 4 distinct tales, each with their own setting and characters that may be subtly interconnected? Stories Untold consists of 4 short stories, including a remaster of the original hit episode, The House Abandoned, each set in a different time period and featuring its own unique gameplay mechanics. Players interact with 1980s styled media and technology, from retro computers and text-based interfaces, solving puzzles within each. The game undoubtedly oozes a juicy analogue experience that challenges players to unravel the secrets hidden within its narrative, as well as blurring the lines between reality and fiction, leaving players questioning what is real and what is part of the game. From flickering screens to whispering radio transmissions, these games have showcased the power of storytelling in the digital age. Thank you for exploring the world of analogue horror with us. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more. Until next time.